Living every day in your head for free. You can drive away, but I will not hear you scream. You can break the keys, spread your toxicity, your world outside reality. In your room, a little hideaway, but you let it through. Enough to go insane, living in the dark hasn't treated you well. You're building your own prison cell. Hey, wait, don't waste it on me. Spy, lies telling you, don't waste it on me. Did I brush you off? Is it your lack of friends? We never met, even if you pretend. Am I in your debt? I don't owe you nothing. Don't say something you'll regret. Hey, wait, don't waste it on me. Spy, lies telling you, don't waste it on me. Hey. Else we won't let the world burn away, burn away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake it through back of the pack, kill it anyway. To play, haters face the world's mistakes. Wake it through back of the pack, kill it anyway. And we feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake it through back of the pack, kill it anyway. To play, haters face the world's mistakes. Wake it through back of the pack, kill it anyway.
welcome to the Throttle Up Racing Network. We're getting ready to qualify. Kyle Mays, Todd Mays, Mark Shavers. Quickest 3 in practice. We're getting ready to go into qualifying now. Mick Olofsson, first out on track, number 75. So here we are with the Pelicans Snowball Superspeedway Series. We're in week 2 of the playoffs. And as we take a look at the point standings, Colin Willems locks his way into the round of 8. Todd Mays, Kyle Mays, Will Witt, Josh Hall, Logan Hagerman, James Kunkel, Keith Miller, Zach Mcbride, Steve Loving, Eddie Morris, and Derek Shapoo, all looking to find their way into the top 8 in points. So that is the cutoff line, 8th spot in points. And that'll be between everyone in gold. As Mick Olson's coming around to take his first timed lap. A 54.06 on his first time around. Derek Riegel is out there as well, the number 86. Kyle Mays makes his first lap. He was fastest in practice. Expect him to have a fast qualifying time. Eddie Morris right now top of the board after his first lap. Devin Bacino's up there 4th quickest. Colin Williams out there in the number 17. And he's a guy that does not have to worry. Doesn't matter what happens for him tonight. All he's got to do. His night has already been taken care of after he won last week. There's Logan Hagerman in the number 7. Bacino top of the board with a 53.90. Now Mays will eclipse him. Let's see where Logan Hagerman comes around. For his second lap, it's going to be quicker. Hagerman 3rd quickest. Josh Hall currently 7th fastest. James Kunkel right behind him. He is right on that yellow line. Derek Riegel ended up 5th quickest. Colin Williams on his first lap, 9th, a second off the pace. Todd Mays, the number 25 Old Bay car, getting up to speed, making his first lap. Mark Shavers, 3rd quickest in practice. Todd Mays was 2nd quickest in practice, so we'll have to see where these guys end up with their qualifying efforts, as Kyle Mays was fastest in practice, right now fastest in qualifying. James Kunkel will move up to 3rd quickest. That number 48 Good Ranch Chevrolet. Colin Williams second quickest now in the 17. TJ Floyd coming around to make his first timed lap. Zach McBride in the number 46. Another playoff contender. Keith Miller out there as well. Ninth quickest right now. Carl Burke comes around to get fourth quickest. Derek Shapoo, there he is, number 37. And he's a guy that has to win tonight. So look for Derek Shapoo to be trying to put this thing in victory lane tonight. He'll have to win to advance. Dave Wright in the 84, third quickest. Lightning fast lap for Dave Wright. Steve Loving in the number 27 getting up to speed. There's Zach McBride, Todd Mays all coming around. Todd Mays will get his first lap in. 15th quickest for Todd Mays. He'll head to the bottom of the track. Sylvan Seguin, number 66 out there. And he's running the top line. TJ Floyd's on his fast lap. Shaver's up to third quickest. TJ Floyd moves to 12th. Todd Mays on his second lap. He'll move up to fifth quickest. The number 25, Sylvan Seguin, 17th on that first lap. Loving on his first lap around. He'll move up to third quickest for the number 27 fast car. Got to race with Steve Loving earlier this week. And it was actually right here at Talladega. He finished first and I finished second. So this guy knows how to get around Talladega. Going all the way below that yellow line to try and get a quicker lap second time around. He won't do it. He'll keep the same time. Actually, about a tenth slower on his second lap. Sylvan Seguin will qualify fourth quickest. As he'll head down into the pit lane. We've got about a minute left until we'll qualify. Kyle May is going to be our pole sitter. We're going to take another look at these standings. Check out where your favorite driver is. Currently on the outside looking in, Zach McBride, Steve Loving, Eddie Morris, and Derek Shapoo. And that cut line right there at 1,034 points. That's who's in right now. 5 points out is Zach McBride, Steve Loving, 7. Eddie Morris, 7 points out. And Derek Shapoo got to get a win tonight to have a chance to make it into the next round. Todd Mays, Kyle Mays, Will Witt, and Josh Hall all sitting kind of pretty, but a bad finish would certainly kill their chances. They just need to come out and have a solid run tonight as we get ready to go through the grid as these guys start gridding into the field. And right there's your pole sitter, number 55. Kyle Mays will lead us off as we head down into turn 1 tonight. On the outside pole, Colin Willems in the number 17. Starting third tonight, Steve Loving in the number 27. Got to have a good run tonight to advance. Sylvan Seguin of the 66 going to start fourth position. In fifth is the 15 of Mark Shavers. Dave Wright going to start sixth spot, number 84. Todd Mays in the 25. He's going to start seventh. Devin Bacino, the number 68, going to roll off in eighth position. Carl Burke in the 53 starts ninth tonight. 10th starting position, Derek Shapoo in the 37. He's got to win or go home. James Kunkel in the 48. He'll start 11th position. Starting in 12th is the number 46 of Zach McBride. Logan Hagerman. He'll start 13th in the number 7 car. Eddie Morris. He'll start 14th in the number 8. TJ Floyd going to roll off 15th position in the number 49 car. Derek Riegel in the 86 going to start 16th. Keith Miller right behind him in 17th. Mick Olafson in 18th. Josh Hall 19th in the number 81. Cameron Austin 20th. And Colton Kinsey will round out our field in 21st starting position. Kyle Mays will lead us around. Been fast on these super speedways. Hasn't had the finishes he needs to really get him all the way out ahead and safe right now, as he could miss the next round. See the 17 of Colin Willems having a bit of a connection issue on the outside up front, blinking in and out. We'll see how that affects the other competitors going through the night. Only 50 laps tonight here at Talladega. We're running the Xfinity cars. You see these competitors inside these race cars. And it'll be interesting to see when these guys go as the pace car starts to pull off. Will they wait for the restart zone, or will they go early? The 17 having quite a bit of connection issues, blinks in and out several times already before we even get started. Sometimes when you go green, those will clear up, so we'll have to take a look at Colin Willems as we go forward. But green flag for Kyle Mays here at Talladega. Colin Willems already dropping to the back. I'm sure several of these competitors are telling him that he is blinking in and out, so he's going to try and drop to the back and not get in people's way, as he is already locked in to the playoffs for round 2. Mays and Seguin battle side by side. Who's going to lead lap 1 as they come around? It's even. Seguin out front. He'll lead the first lap. These lanes dead even inside and out. Looks like they're driving like they were at pace speed, but these cars going 180 miles an hour. Seguin not quite out front far enough to get down into the bottom line. Steve Loving doing his best effort to keep the 55 of Kyle Mays alongside of the 66 so he can't get down. The 84 of Dave Wright trying his best to shove Seguin far enough ahead to where he can get down in front of the 55, but nothing working right now. You see the 27 trying to get air on the nose from the second position in the bottom line. Outside lane gets a little squirrely. Looks like they're going to try and split Seguin up the middle. They'll go 3 wide now into the outside lane. That's Dave Wright now leading the outside, and there they go spinning. Steve Loving, a huge hit. Several cars around. The 84 got spun from second position. Let's try and take a look. Pacino up on the outside in the second car. It looks like the 84 just was loose. Not sure if the 68 actually touched him. They're right. He's right together right there. As they go into the corner, it looks like the 84 washes up the track a little bit, then comes back down. Not sure the 68 touched him. He may have, for him to go so violently to the inside and clip the 27. At this point, just complete chaos on the track. Cars blocking from the outside wall all the way down to the grass, and there's just nowhere for anyone behind to go. A lot of cars involved. You see Colin Willems had the issue blinking earlier. He'll get through. The 81, Josh Hall, looks like he doesn't have any damage as well. Looks like everybody but 3 coming down the pit lane. Getting as much damage as they can get fixed, or going ahead taking that fast repair. Steve Loving still driving around trying not to blow it up. Looks like he may be able to make it into the pit lane and not go a lap down. We'll have to see. He is coasting quite slowly. As he has blown it up, it looks like coasting in. Trying to not take his toe if he doesn't have to, because that'll cost him a couple of minutes. Qualifying up near the front. We'll have to see if he's able to make it to his pit stall or not. The top three did not pit. Kyle Mays, Mark Shavers, Colin Willems, they'll all stay on the racetrack. Zach McBride, I believe he was the first one in. We'll have to take a look. No, it doesn't look like... Well, some of these guys I know pitted for faster pair, so we'll have to see when they come back around across the line. Steve Loving has made it to his pit stall, getting work done on that car. Not sure if he took his faster pair, but it is running. He may not have had his faster pair checked as he come in. So that'll be interesting as we move forward. This is a guy that has to have a good finish tonight to make it into the round of 8, and he's going to go a lap down as there comes the leaders. Steve Loving still sitting in his pit. A lot of damage on that race car, so... Interesting development. So we're getting double foul once again. The 15 of Mark Shavers got some damage on the right front. That's probably going to slow him down. We're not seeing Colin Willems blink much at all right now, so he must have done something to clear up the issue when he dropped back to the back. Get a little bit stronger of a connection for his internet. So Colin Willems may be back in this one as a factor now. Yeah, top three, Shavers, Mays, and Willems. Only three to stay out. Everyone else at least topping off with fuel or taking that faster pair. And with Loving staying in the pits, it looks like he did not have his faster pair checked. He's going to fall one lap down, and it looks like probably 2 laps down. Kyle Mays will be the control car here. Green flag, they go early. A big jump for the 55. And with that big of a lead, he may get swallowed up by the draft. We'll see who gets a big run and where they choose to go with it. This field is spread out quite a bit now. Four cars linked up, going to run down the 55 of Kyle Mays. The two on the outside line, Zach McBride's going to be able to get right around. And he's going to drop to the inside lane. TJ Floyd will now be stuck out there basically by himself. Carl Berg jumps up there. McBride goes back up to help the 49, but the 55 will move to the inside. Mays now side by side with the 46 and McBride. McBride leads the lap, though. Now we've got our 2 lanes formed back up. Josh Hall trying to take it 3 wide in the back. Loving and Seguin now 3 laps down. Side by side for the lead, Mays and Mcbride battling back and forth. McBride's led the last 2. Now Mays with a gap now. He'll get his full car ahead. Shavers is now ahead of McBride. Inside the lane with a lot of momentum. James Kunkel drops out to the bottom. He'll get back in line. Not sure if TJ Floyd was overheating or what happened, but McBride has dropped back and Kyle Mays is now out front. Mark Shavers is side by side with a 46 now. And here they come back, evens. McBride and Mays. McBride tries to go to the inside. Mays gets spun. He's going to be able to save it somehow as he tries to get back up to speed, gets back in the draft. He's going to lose the draft, going to have to try and gain up with these 3 behind him. And they'll go around as he tries to get back up to speed. And I think the 46 thought he was clear here. And the 55 comes back down onto the nose of the 15. That's what gets him squirrely. But man, what a save. Able to save that thing and continue on. Zach McBride, TJ Floyd, they'll move down to the inside line. That puts Colin Willems, leader in the outside. Carl Burke behind him. This outside lane getting a lot of momentum. And that'll put Colin Willems, new leader, out front, the number 17. Now we'll see if Carl Burke can get a run and try and get up there even with the leader now. These cars are kind of squirreling all over the place. Seeing cars from the inside going outside, outside going inside. Carl Burke trying to get it going on the high lane. 25 of Todd Mays giving the push. As they head down the backstretch, Carl Burke will pull even with a 17 of Colin Willems. The 46 and Mcbride doing a great job of keeping Colin Willems ahead of the 53. And Derek Shapoo, a guy who had to win tonight, he's all out by his lonesome. He's here at the end of the backstretch, and the leaders are coming around to get onto the backstretch. So Shapoo, 18th, last car on the lead lap, is to the point where he needs a miracle. We see Zach Mcbride get shuffled out of line. Looks like he just chose to drop to the inside. Things getting a little bit too wild for the 46. And he drops all the way back. He's trying to reel this front group back in. Doesn't want to lose the draft. Colin Willems out front. He's in the high lane now. Carl Burke down to the bottom. These cars are so close, they almost touch every lap. Carl Burke leads the lap in the number 53. This lead group so close to catching that 37. You see him just ahead in that blue car. Now TJ Floyd gets to the inside of the 53 of Carl Burke. Carl Burke trying to not give him any room. Oh, and the 17 in the outside lane gets turned by the 25. And we've got a lot more cars with a lot of damage. Let's go back and take a look. Trying to find the best view for just what happened. And we were watching the inside line, this 53 and the 49 battle for position. 53 trying to push the 49 down below the yellow line. And in that meantime, the 25 and the 17 come together. They were all the way up against the outside wall. And they are locked nose to tail. The 17 moved down a lane. Then the 25 comes right down into the 17, hooks him into the outside wall. And that's probably lucky. But the 53 and the 15 is Carl Burke was not giving anybody any room. He had moved up down the backstretch. Causes a second incident on the inside lane with the 15. The 8 goes airborne. And that's really unfortunate for the 17 and the 25 because there was going to be a crash on the inside line between the 53 and one of these guys. And you see the 49 and the 15 both have position on the 53, and he pushes them both below the yellow line. And the 15 up into the 53. But at that point, the 25 and the 17 had already crashed. Logan Hagerman hard into the outside wall. The 75 gets a big hit. The 8 goes airborne. We'll take a live look. Everyone trying to come down to get these cars repaired. TJ Floyd first off pit lane. Colton Kinsey out there in second position. And James Kunkel roll out third. Now you got a few others starting to come out. Josh Hall, Cameron Austin, Todd Mays, Eddie Morris will roll out. Kyle Mays comes out as well. Mick Olofsson, a lot of these guys taking their fast repair. Colin Willems with his fast repair. Now, a lot of these guys don't have a fast repair left. And this is exactly what this guy right here needed, Derek Shapoo. was almost a lap down. This happened right in his rear view mirror. As we take a look from the camera looking out his rear bumper, that's how close he was to going a lap down. And this is what happens behind him. Cars battling on the inside and the outside, and they all go spinning. A huge incident right behind, and that puts him, or keeps him on the lead lap. Colt Kinsey wants an in-car camera view from his ride. Let's take a look, see what he saw through all that. Cars going everywhere, able to make it through. Looks like he net-coated through the 17, so a little bit of a lucky break. But for the most part, gets all the way through that without any damage. Lights are off the pace car. We're getting ready to go green. And there is some damage to the front of the 54. Not sure if he realizes that he's got quite a bit of nose damage for Colton Kinsey. So I have to see if he's able to keep up with that much damage on the car. Some rear end damage as well for the 54. And this field's starting to kind of dwindle out a little bit. '68 of Devin Bacino, no hood on that car. Some of these guys have already used that faster pair. Only 20 laps in. When we go green, we'll be on lap 20 of 50. Two major incidents already in this one. So let's see when TJ Floyd chooses to go. And he's going to wait all the way into the restart zone. There he goes, the 49 of TJ Floyd. Green flag. You see a lot of these cars dropping back. Several of these guys with damage. They're not going to be able to keep up. Colt Kinsey moves to the inside lane. Oh, back to the outside. He's trying to get a push, but that nose damage not affecting him too much. Here comes the 55 of Kyle Mays out of nowhere, right up the middle lane. Excuse me, coming through. 17 of Colin Willems follows him right through. These guys out of nowhere. They're now side by side with the leader, TJ Floyd. Kyle Mays with the nose out front. Colin Willems pushing to get through. Kyle Mays, he's able to get down, but he may be waiting for the 17 of Colin Willems to try and get enough room for them both to get to the bottom line. Here comes the 81 of Josh Hall. He's to the inside of Colton Kinsey. Oh, one car almost sideways behind him. That looked like the 15. He's able to keep it straight. And he's a lap down, actually, the 15 of Shavers. Somehow the 68 of Bacino is able to keep up with no nose on that thing. With no hood, excuse me. Somehow able to keep up in the draft. Now Mays will go to the inside. TJ Floyd, no give. But they're able to keep it all straight. Everyone continues moving forward. The way these guys are driving, I've got to expect that there's going to be another incident before this race is over. Still 2 laps before we get to halfway. And these guys just with no want to be safe. Everyone pushing as hard as they can from the green flag. The 54 Colton Kinsey keeps getting shuffled out to that outside line. Kyle Mays, I think he's trying to get out there and lead as many laps as he can. Not real sure who led that one as it switched as they crossed the line. Willems and Hall on the outside are both ahead of Mays. Willems will get to the inside. Shavers, he is all over the place in the 15. And that'll leave Josh Hall out there by himself now in the 81, and he'll drop back as he needs a drafting partner. There's the 49 of Floyd. He'll jump up there. Josh Hall trying to give a shove to the 49. The arrow must really affect these Xfinity cars as these guys zigzagging all down the straightaway. Colin Willems, Kyle Mays down on the inside line. They're both ahead of the outside line. We take a look from the inside of Josh Hall's cars. He's trying to get the 49 ahead of Colin Willems. Caution on the speedway. We've got one around. That looks like the 77. Let's see just what happened here. as the 15 of Mark Shavers just gets loose all by himself. Right down into the side of the 77. Cameron Austin, a lot of damage. There goes the 75 straight into the outside wall. That may end his night. I think he had already taken that fast repair. The 68, who was out there with no hood, a lot more damage. The 7, I think he had taken his fast repair as well. We'll take a look at the 75 at his right here. 68 right down into the side of that 75. A hard hit to the outside wall. Doesn't quite flip completely over. He does that time as the 86 of Regal gives him a big hit. Back down on all fours, but a lot of damage for the 7, 75, 86, and 68, as well as the 77 and the 15. So everybody down the pit lane, Colin Willems, everybody follows him in. Kyle Mays, TJ Floyd. Everyone should be close on fuel from here. But Colin Willems is our leader. Looks like he's going to be taking fuel only. Kyle Mays missed his pit stall, had to back up. And here Colin Willems already saving fuel to this pit strategy, fuel strategy. They should be able to make it about 22, 23 laps. So it's going to be close, but with an extra caution lap, they should be good. Then at that point, it's going to be about saving until we get, if we get a green-white checker, which there's either there's a good chance we'll have a green-white checker, or we won't have any more cars left to wreck by the time we get that far. Because I think we may only have about 10 competitive cars left, just over halfway through. And you can hear silence from the inside of Colin Willems' car as he's trying to save as much fuel as he can. Everyone else just kind of riding around in fourth gear. Some of these guys really trying to save. I think Shapoo still has his fast repair, as he's still got quite a bit of damage on that race car from earlier. The Mays, Kyle Mays and Todd Mays, they'll come down to top off with fuel again. So the Mays guys think that it's going to be close enough that topping off with fuel, they're going to go ahead and get a set of tires. They're the only two that come down the pit lane. They think fuel's going to be close enough that they're going to need that little bit extra. They'll pit from a front running position and drop all the way back to 13th and 14th. We'll see how quickly they move back through the field. As some of these guys, a lot of damage. Devin Bacino in front of these guys. The whole front end of that car gone. Zach Mcbride looks like he's taken his fast repair. Not sure if he's been involved in these wrecks or not, but that car still looks pretty clean. The 84, some right front damage. on that car. Keith Miller in the 30. His car looks pretty clean. Some right rear damage. Shapoo, quite a bit of damage to that car. Eddie Morris in the 8. Looks pretty clean right now. Colton Kinsey, that car, quite a bit of damage on the rear end. Some front end damage as well. Derek Regal, he was just involved in that last incident, but it looks like he'll take his fast repair right there. TJ Floyd, his car clean as well as Josh Hall. All these guys out front still good, fast, competitive race cars. A lot of them have taken their fast repairs. We will get ready to go green one more time. We'll have 21 laps to go when we take the green flag. Pace car pulls off the racetrack and down into pit lane. Now it's going to be on Colin Willems. When will he choose to go? Will he wait for the restart zone or go early? And there he goes, Colin Willems, green flag here at Talladega. 21 laps remain in the Pelican Snowball Superspeedway Series. Josh Hall gets a big jump down there as well. Both of those guys working together. So we may see some single file racing for a little while. Some of these guys not able to keep up. The 25 one that I thought should be able to, but trying to fight through traffic. He may lose the draft. Colin Willems, Josh Hall, James Kunkel all out front right now. Derek Regal, he's keeping up as well as TJ Floyd right behind, but single file, nobody trying to work the outside lane yet. Here comes a few to the outside. Colton Kinsey jumps up there, but nobody to go with him. The 25 of Mays, he'll drop off the back of the field. He's going to lose the draft. Josh Hall, Colin Willems out front. Single file all the way through the field. Dave Wright, first one in the outside lane on the outside of Colton Kinsey. Here comes Kyle Mays trying to give him a push to get around the 54. No, he will choose to go to the outside. Colton Kinsey will get up in front of the 84. He's going to try and get back down to the inside, but that 55 has filled the gap. Now, it looks like we may have a few cars in the outside trying to get something going. The 86 of Derek Regal is going to lead him around. The number 8 of Eddie Morris right behind him, as they'll try to get the outside lane running. The 55 of Kyle Mays, he's up there in the outside lane. As there goes the 54 of Colton Kinsey off the nose of Keith Miller. Oh, the 84, there goes the 37. He is a win-or-go-home car. And I think he's still got his fast repair. He'll have to use it this time. Let's go back a little bit right here. Let's try and figure out just what happened. The 30 with a big run. Gets below the 54, but was not quite stable. Comes up into the 54, sends him around. The 54 will go hard into the outside wall. These guys up on the outside trying to avoid that, get loose, come right down into the 30. Keith Miller hard into the outside wall, the 37. A lot of damage from that one. So that was the 30's faster pair. He comes back out with a new car. Pacino's still out there with no front end. Shapoo will now come in. We'll see if he takes his faster pair now. There goes his faster pair, the 37 of Derek Shapoo. As we come around with 16 laps remaining, he'll have a fresh race car. And he's going to have to drive his way through. And we've seen a lot of these crashing fest races. Derek Shapoo's been able to weave his way through the middle on the last lap and get a win in a few of these races like that. So as we come down to the end, we may see this guy trying to zigzag his way up and make the magic happen once again. But he's going to have to collect a checkered flag to move on to the round of 8. Colin Williams, Josh Hall still out front. We're going to take another look at the point standings. Todd Mays, Kyle Mays, both with decent runs tonight. Will Witt not here. Josh Hall, he's up in second. Logan Hagerman has had quite a bit of damage. He's out right now in 16th position. James Kunkel, he's running up there, currently in third. Keith Miller just involved in that last incident, just took his faster pair, 14th for Keith Miller. Zach Mcbride, he runs 5th spot. He was the first car out coming into this one. Steve Loving, he wrecked early in the race, did not check his faster pair, went several laps down and chose to leave the session. So Steve Loving out of this one. Eddie Morris having a good night, running in 7th. So kind of a game of who can survive. Derek Shapoo there in 12th. He is a must-win to make it into the next round. So we go double file once again. These guys just trying to make it to the checkered flag. Seven of Hagerman is 6 laps down. Currently 16th position. Both Bacino and Wright in the pit lane trying to get as much damage repaired as they can here. Colin Williams going to be the control car. Went a little bit early last time. I think he and the 81 of Josh Hall will be working together again. As we get ready to go green, pace car off and down into the pit lane. We'll go green this time with 14 remaining. Green flag. Colin Williams gets going in the outside lane. The 81 of Josh Hall gonna let him down into the bottom lane. TJ Floyd gets left up there with nobody to help him. Todd Mays trying to keep up. 6 cars will get down into the inside lane. Now the 49 will drop down to the inside as well. Single file. Todd Mays trying to find his way into the inside line. Now we've got an outside lane forming. The 55 of Kyle Mays. He gets out there. The 46 chooses to go to the inside and get out of this hornet's nest, as he just needs to finish. Kyle Mays will drop in to the bottom line. He'll be your new leader. TJ Floyd now leads the outside lane. Derek Shapoo out there with Todd Mays. TJ Floyd gets back up even with the 55. Can he get out front, or can Colin Williams control this race? He knocks the 55 sideways. Will that be enough for TJ Floyd? No, the inside lane will prevail. Colin Williams to the outside line. That'll make Kyle Mays drop back. Josh Hall now trying to give the 55 a push, but it's not going to be enough, as though the 49 and the 17 are able to drop to the inside line. Kyle Mays looks like he's going to head back to the outside, with Todd Mays giving the push now on the 25. 4 cars in the outside lane, everybody else down low. The top 3 have gotten single file. Can they keep it that way? The outside lane trying to get back even, as we'll head down into the final 10 laps here at Talladega in the Pelican Snowball Superspeedway Series. The 55 of Mays almost even. They'll get side by side as they go down the back stretch. Mays a little out front, but you see the 25 of Todd Mays. Looks like he's trying to stick that nose out and keep the temperatures cool. He may be getting a little bit hot trying to push the 55 around. These guys starting to catch a lap car. That's the 84. He'll get down to the inside and let these guys race it out. Colton Kinsey from the inside to the outside. Can't decide which lane he wants to go with. Neither line with a clear advantage. You see there on the scoring pylon, .02. And it just keeps getting closer, .00 now as these guys are dead even. These guys approaching the 68 so quickly, he'll head all the way up to the outside wall. Everyone will drive underneath. That kind of hurt the momentum a little bit of the outside line as they'll drop back even with third now. 49 of Floyd looks like he got a little bit loose through those bumps in the tri-oval. That'll put the outside lane now back even with the 17 of Willems. The 8 of Eddie Morris, he'll drop back down to the inside line. Oh, there goes our leader, the 17, across the nose of the 49 as he's going to try and save it. He does save it. They continue racing. No damage for the 17. Let's take a look at what happened. Looks like the 49 had gotten a nose up a little further than he had expected. And as he tried to get back down in front of the 49, kind of hit the apex of the nose, goes down through the dirt. What a save, though, to not take out a bunch of race cars. Keeps it down below the yellow line and continues on. To TJ Floyd now out front with the 81 of Josh Hall giving the push. Two Mazes in the outside lane. James Kunkel trying to help them. There's 5 cars on the inside. Now the 48 gets up there. That'll put it 3 on the outside lane. Down to the final 5 laps. Everyone just needing a good solid finish that's up here running in the top 10. The outside lane just can't get enough momentum. The 46 of Mcbride, he's back behind these guys. He's trying to catch back up. There goes the 81 of Josh Hall. The 8 of Eddie Morris will stick his nose in there as well. They're going to get around the 49. And there goes the 8 and the 49. There they go around the 37, trying to keep it out of the wall. He's a must-win guy. He'll do it. He'll keep damage off that race car. Incredible save by the 37. Let's take a look at what happened between the 8 and the 49. And the 8 looks like he was trying to head to the inside line. And the 49 was just there. The 8 just comes right across the nose of the 49. And yet again, here we are with several wrecked race cars. We're going to have a green-white checker. Eddie Morris back up the racetrack, hits the 37. And he'll have some right or some left rear damage, but did such a great job of keeping this thing off the wall. Barely misses the car that drives through there, keeps it off the inside wall as well. So a great job for Derek Shapoo, as he's going to have another shot at this thing. He will live to fight another day. But he'll be in 12th position right now. We'll see if any of the leaders choose to pit. Can everyone make it to the finish? Looks like just about everybody will choose to stay out. Cameron Austin and Eddie Morris, they'll be your first two takers. They've got quite a bit of damage to their two race cars. The good thing about wrecking this late in this race is the fact that there's already been so many cars already taken out. You see the 77, he had that fast repair in his back pocket. He just now took his fast repair. So Cameron Austin still got a shot at this thing. I think there's a decent chance we will see another caution. So Eddie Morris, a playoff driver, sitting in the pit lane just in front of him. That's Logan Hagerman. Hagerman's several laps down, 7 laps down to be exact. These guys all fighting for that last playoff spot. Eddie Morris with quite a bit of damage now. With only 13 cars on the lead lap, he's not going to have a bad finish. Not too bad, as we had 22 cars start the race. Eddie Morris will be able to stay on the lead lap. With a green-white checker, he most likely won't lose a lap. We'll see if he's able to stay up with the pack in the draft. Kyle Mays will choose the inside lane this time, and he'll stay right in front of the 25. Those guys' teammates, 55 and 25, Kyle Mays and Todd Mays. The 81 of Josh Hall doesn't look like he has a lot of friends up there with him right now either. James Kunkel, a guy who's going to be battling for a win, no doubt. Keith Miller up there. TJ Floyd. He's been aggressive, but we know he can get it done on the super speedways. Zach McBride, he's going to join the pack now. He had dropped off the back of the field a couple of times. He knows he needs a good finish to advance. He's got a shot to do just that. 54 of Colton Kinsey is right behind these guys. He's trying to make a move to the front. He just used his fast repair. Clean car for the 54. Colin Willems started outside pole. Is now running in 9th. Derek Shapoo, we know he's got to get a win tonight. Can he figure out how to get around 9 other race cars and put that 37 in victory lane? Cameron Austin, the 77, just took that fast repair, so we know he's got a fast race car. Eddie Morris behind him in the number 8 and 12th spot, and Devin Bacino will round out the cars on the lead lap. So that pace car pulling in the 55 of Kyle Mays. He'll be the control car. When will he go? He'll bring him all the way down to the restart zone. And he waited for the green flag. That allows the 81 to get a good restart. He'll get in front of the 55 and all the way down to the inside lane if he chooses. No, he's not going to be able to make it. He'll get stuck in the middle. James Kunkel going to go to the outside. We've now got 3 wide for the lead. Kyle Mays to the inside. Todd Mays behind him. Up in the outside lane, it's James Kunkel and Keith Miller. The 81 of Josh Hall hasn't given up. The 54 trying to give him a push back up to the front. The 48 jumps down into the middle lane. We're going to have 3 wide as we go around. Kyle Mays, your leader. White flag. Here at Talladega, the 48 of James Kunkel is now pulled even. Side by side down the backstretch. The 54 of Colton Kinsey jumps to the 3rd lane. Oh, we're now 4 wide for the lead. Oh, there goes 1. That's the 25. The 48 will jump to the inside lane. 25 gets back out into the lead, but Colton Kinsey's your leader as we come off of turn 4 and down through the tri-oval. The 48 of James Kunkel giving him as many pushes as he can. There they go, wrecking behind Colton Kinsey. He'll be your winner. The 48 of James Kunkel will finish 2nd. Colin Willems will come home 3rd. Colton Kinsey, what a great finish. Drove to the outside lane. The 3rd lane drives all the way around. The leaders gets out front and pulls it off here at Talladega. What a finish for the 54. We'll watch the 54 of Colton Kinsey burn it down here at the start-finish line. Fantastic donut for the 54 of Colton Kinsey as he pulls off a thriller here at Talladega. We'll see if we can get a word from our other top finishers. First up, third place, Colin Willems. Let's see if we can get a word with the number 17. Hey, Colin, this is Dakota in the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Hey, Dakota, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, doing good. Looked like a little bit of a wreck fest out there tonight, but you were able to survive. You come home third place there with a crash right at the end, and you drive through the field, get a top three. What did your night look like tonight?
Well, that was a lot of up and down. Started on the front row. I had a bunch of the other drivers there telling me I was blinking out quite a bit. So, on the first lap, once we got to the backstretch, I just went to the high side and announced I was going to the back till I could get it figured out. Save of the week goes to my wife for figuring it out. I got the green light from Dylan that I wasn't blinking anymore, so I made a charge back to the front. And then back to the back, and then back to the front. So, yeah, it was kind of an up and down day.
Yeah, quite eventful. We did see you blink out, but a wreck there on lap 2, and you stay out and go right back up to third. So kind of a lucky break there. What was your strategy tonight? Did the pit strategy play into it at all there towards the end?
Not really. The cautions fell in a nice way so that it was easy decisions. The strategy didn't really play too much as far as the pit cycle I was on. I didn't really plan it, but the cautions fell when they needed to, so I was able to pit under yellow and get my fuel, and fuel was never a concern tonight, which is always nice.
Oh yeah, well, you advanced last week. You get another top finish. What do you think your chances are at getting a championship?
Well, now that Will Witt likely isn't going to make it, I'm feeling a lot better.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, you got anybody you'd like to thank tonight, Colin?
Sure, yeah. I'd like to thank you, Dakota, as always. Dylan Redding for putting this on. Pelican Snowballs. My wife with the big assist tonight. That'll go on the score sheet. Cassie. Nick, Cora, everybody else who's out there watching. And, just want to thank everybody.
Great job. Well, we seem to talk to you every week. We'll be talking to you again soon, I'm sure.
I hope so, buddy. Have a good night.
Have a good one. Now on to second place finisher James Kunkel in the 48. Hey, James, this is Dakota in the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Man, you've run up front in a lot of these races, but I think this may be the first time you've gotten a top 3. Talk us through that final lap and making it through that wreck as everyone was wrecking through the tri-oval.
I honestly didn't even know they wrecked till a few seconds when I watched the replay. I was focused on trying to hopefully find a way around Colton, but with the car to the outside, couldn't do it. Just on the restart, me and Josh had a great one. I thought the mazes would get up to speed a little faster, and I just had to go. And I couldn't stop the run on the high side. I think I'd have wrecked the whole field, so I let Colton go on the outside there on the last lap.
Were you involved in any of those major wrecks? I know we had a couple of wrecks that involved what seemed like 15 or 20 cars. Did you use that fast repair tonight?
Yeah, the first wreck I got a piece of and just decided to fix it. Want to hold on to that fast repair. The next one I had no choice. I think it was Colin who was leading, went up in the air and landed on my hood. I was like third in line, so I had to use it then, and was on my toes the rest of the night because I didn't have a fast repair, so that was exciting.
Well, a fantastic race. I love that paint scheme, the kind of a Earnhardt Jimmy Johnson combination. Good looking race car. You got anybody you'd like to thank tonight, James?
Yeah, I want to thank you for broadcasting, Dylan, for running this. Pelican Snowballs for all they do for this series, and just I'm pretty sure we'll move on to the final 8 in the playoffs now. So we'll be back next week, hopefully advance one spot.
Well, good luck going forward. What do you think your chances are at getting a championship here in this league?
Well, it's all about survival, so that's one thing. You get in the final 4 of these races, and who knows what can happen. It'll be chaos, I'm sure. This is my second top 3, by the way. Just got to find a way to get a win, So maybe I'm just holding out hope to the last week.
Yeah, absolutely. Good luck, and hopefully we'll be talking to you again in these last couple of races.
Thank you.
And now on to our winner, Colton Kinsey, and the number 54. Hey, Colton, this is Dakota in the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you guys.
Man, a thriller there at the end. Tell us how you made the outside lane work. We're watching the 2 up front side by side, the 48 and the 55, and all of a sudden, here comes the 54 of Colton Kinsey on that 3rd lane. You pass everybody and get out front as they come off turn 4. It was just green sailing as everybody was wrecking behind you. What was your strategy there on that last lap?
I don't know. It was crazy. Following Josh, hanging back, trying not to. I missed a couple wrecks and then full sends on the last lap. Free for all. Every man for themselves.
Yeah, absolutely. And man, you made it work like a lot of others couldn't do tonight on that high lane. What were your thoughts as you come across that line and everyone's wrecking behind you and you knew that you had won?
Oh, it was crazy. I don't know. First race in this league and somehow come out on top.
Yeah, man, good looking number 54 car. You got anybody you'd like to thank tonight, Colton?
Mom and Dad, everybody at 2 pedals, 1 clutch, and everybody.
Absolutely. Well, good job, buddy, and maybe we'll be seeing you again these last couple of races.
I'll try to make it. Thank you guys.
All right. Good job, man.
Thanks.
And there was our winner, Colton Kinsey. And we got a couple of the Southern Excitement Racing League races the rest of the week. Just a fantastic finish there. Saturday night and Sunday night will be with the Southern Excitement Racing League. So make sure you tune in with the Throttle Up Racing Network for those events. Let's see if we can go back. Try and get a look at the 54 on the high side. There he comes. He jumps all the way up into the 3rd lane. You see him up on the high line. The 30 of Keith Miller with a big push. They were almost 4 wide. I thought the 81 was going to make it. I think that might have been a net code between 25 and 37. The 54 gets around the 48. And at that point, it was just set sail. As everyone else behind starts to crash, the 37. And a great finish for Colton Kinsey as he gets the win here tonight at Talladega in the Pelican Snowball Superspeedway Series. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. One heck of a finish for what was a lot of huge crashes in tonight's race. But we will see you next Thursday right back here on the Throttle Up Racing Network, and we will catch you all next time.